Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Malinga Sise of Urban Harvest Organic Farm. For all of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, I am so grateful. And for those who have not yet, please, let's consider subscribing. Click on that notification bell so that you never miss out any upload. Share this video. Comment in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Tell us which country you're watching us from, and I'll be so grateful. Today, I have a very wonderful topic, and this is, I must say, one long awaited topic that most people have been asking me: how much do we need to start up this broiler project? Throughout this week, it has been the broiler week because I think I'm really giving a very detailed and very informative topic on this broiler farming. So today I want Madam Rose to tell us how much we need to start up 300 broiler farm. So I'm really so grateful that you have clicked on this channel. So please, let's stay tuned till the end, and we shall get all the information we need for starting up 300 broiler farm. Thank you. As I told you earlier on, today I want us to look at something so interesting, and that is how much we need for starting up 300 broiler farm. So today I am here once again with Madam Rose. She's going to tell us all the details that we need for starting up a 300 broiler farm. So please, let's stay tuned. Let's listen to her carefully. You can even have your pen, your book to write down some of these things, because it will really help you a lot. So please, Madam Rose, most of my viewers have been asking me, let her tell us how much we need for starting up at least 300 broiler farm. So please, you're welcome to our YouTube channel. You can please talk to the audience, and we'll start from there.
Okay. Thank you so much, our viewers. I'm once again thankful that you are watching us and you have been following up our program. I'm so grateful that today we are going to be talking about how much we need to start this broiler project, and when you are starting with 300 birds. Yes. So the first thing that any farmer has to do before he starts of bringing the bird is the place or the structure. Do you have a place where you're going to keep these birds? And then other things will follow. So for that, I'm assuming that you have a space already, or a land which you have hired, and you have a structure which you are going to keep these birds in. And the structure at least should be something that you know it is big. It may not be very big, but as you bring your 300 birds, you will know that it will fit and you can adjust accordingly. Basically, this budget is not going to talk on the structure, assuming that you have the structure already, because with the building, it will depend whether you are using permanent or you are using temporary structure. Because some of us, we use even timbers to make some structure which you know it is going to last like 5 to 10 years. But you may need to put a permanent structure which may take 10 to 15 years or even more. So that budget of the structure is not in this, but what is going to follow is assuming that you already have a space and you have a structure already. Then you can now bring in the broilers. But in this structure, you should be having a proper ventilation for the birds, because these birds, as I told you last time, it needs fresh air. When it comes to 3 to 4 and the last weeks, they need really fresh air. So your structure should be having a proper ventilation. It should be having light. It should be having light, electricity. Sometimes people use solar. There are other people who even use chargeable torch in their chicken house. But light should be there when it is somehow dark, because sometimes the weather can change the day and it can be dark and the birds need at least some light. Then at night the light has to be there. So lighting is very important. And then you also need partitioning in the structure or in the chicken house. This partitioning help you in the brooding, because you don't brood in a very big place. you brood in like a small place that you know will take like 2 to 3 weeks, and it helps in maintaining the heat in the brooding house. So if your house can accommodate 300 birds, you are not going to brood the birds in all that big space. You have to partition it so that you have a space that can accommodate the heat for the first 2 weeks as you are brooding. So partitioning should also be there in the structure. And this partitioning also helps you when you are vaccinating. Last time, I believe those who have been following us, you saw how we were vaccinating from one place and we put to the other place. So this partitioning is really necessary in the structure. And when you have the structure ready, you will go to the materials. What do you need as you start this broiler project? There are a number of things that you need, and this is the price of these things that you will be buying. Depending on where you are buying them from also matters. But as a person who is starting a business, you have to do some survey, because other places you may find the price is somehow high, sometimes another place is somehow low. So you have to do survey before you go and purchase your materials. Among the materials that you will be using, we have what we call feeders. Feeders are timber made. Other people who have even metallic, there are others who have plastics, but these are where we put the food for the birds. And it is good that if you are buying this one of timbers, there are size which we call small, there are size that we call medium, and there are size that we call big or large. The small size, we have ranging from 2,000 to 2,500, but you can put 2,500 and you need 6 of them.
In Uganda shilling?
In Uganda shilling.
Okay.
That is 2,500 Uganda shilling. You need 6 of them. And when you multiply, that would be 15,000.
That is for the small one.
For the small one. Then the medium size, you need also 6. And it is 4,000. So when you calculate 4,000 times 6, that is 24,000. The big size, you also need 6. And the big size is 6,000. So 6,000 times 6, that would be 36,000. That is the feeders. And the feeders, the small size is always used during the brooding time. But the medium and the large will help you throughout from the 3rd week up to the time of selling. That is why we have put it 6, 6. So you will be having a total of 12 from brooding, after brooding. But in the process of brooding, 6 will be enough for 300 birds. And why we use the big size after, it makes you not to have that stress of adding food all the time. You know, when you put food in the morning, you're going to put again in the evening. And it also helps when the birds have started growing, they will not pour food down. And you cannot use the big size during the time of brooding, because the birds will always enter in the feeders and they will put their dropping in food, and when they eat, it will bring problem in the poultry project or in your farm. So that is why we use small, medium, and big. By the time they are reaching to use medium and big, they cannot enter there to sleep and put their dropping in the feeds.
Okay.
I think you have got with the feeders. Then we go to drinkers. This is where we put the water for the birds. The drinkers, we have small size and big size. The small size is at 8,000 Uganda shilling, and you need at least 6 of them. And this is in 3 liters. They are always 3 liters. So it will help you during the brooding time, because they are not drinking a lot, and therefore you cannot put much water. You put only in those small drinkers, and these drinkers, you ensure that the first 2 weeks or the brooding period, you put something flat like a tile. I always use a tile for putting these drinkers, is where they take water, or a cover of a bucket to raise it a little up, so that it is not down on the same level with the coffee hash that you have poured down and the birds are eating. And after 2 weeks, you are now using the big size. I think I told you that the small size is 8,000 times 6, that would be 48,000. Then the big size, we have it at 21,000. You also need 6 of them, and that would be a total of 126,000 if you buy them at 21,000. This one will help you in a way that when you put water, the birds have already grown. They are drinking a lot. And you will really put, if you put in the morning, you can even put again another day. It takes 24 hours, you put again another day in the morning of the following day. So they can take water during day and also at night. It will reduce the stress of you adding water every time. That is why we move from the small drinkers and we come to the bigger one, which is 10 liter each. And that would help you. And this time you are raising it on something, you are putting the drinkers in something which is higher. I always use bricks, and you put the drinker to be up so that when they are drinking, it doesn't disturb them. Remember, the birds have to drink when their head is up, not when the head is down. So in the process, it will not pour so much down, and also the feeders, the coffee ash will not enter into that drinking water. So that is why we use the small drinkers and the big drinkers. Then we go to the pots. The pots is what we use for providing it in the chicken house or during the brooding. It depends on the size that you have chosen, but it is good that at least you have 2 pots where you will be putting fire. And depending on how the weather is, you can decide to put only in 1 pot, and if the weather is bad, you can put 2 in 2 pots so that the chicken house or the brooding house is having enough heat. And each pot is at 10,000, so if you need 2, that would be 20,000. We need the spray can for spraying the chicken house, and each spray, the spray is at 25,000. Of course, you need only 1. It will be 25,000 Uganda shilling. We need the gumboots for the chicken house. Anything in the chicken house should not be out. You should not use it for outside. So they need gumboots for the chicken house, that when you enter, you leave your other shoes out and you put on the gumboot in the chicken house. If you have a helper who will be helping you, you need like 2, and that is 15,000. It will total to 30,000. Yes, that is, whenever you're in the chicken house, you will be putting on. Then we need things like the bucket, the basins, for washing the feeders, the drinkers, also sometimes for scooping the food as you are putting in the feeders. It should be separate from the one you use at home, and each is 10,000. So if you are deciding to take a bucket, you can get a bucket at 10,000, a basin at also at 10,000, so that your chicken things are there, you don't mix with the one of the home. The spoon and the cup is also necessary. You can buy or you can pick from your house and say, from today, this one is going to be there, will not come back this side. It is only for the birds. So this spoon and the cup helps you in mixing the vitamins, the glucose, and also anything that you want to use in the chicken house, which requires the cup and the spoon. You will know that it is there. So the spoon and the cup, I'll put it at 2,000. Yes. And then we also have other requirements that we would now have, which I still also put it under materials. That is like vitamin. Depending on the vitamin you are using, there are very many types of vitamin in the market. And last time I told you that this is a project that you have to economize, and you go with what is cheap so long as you can get what you want. Because if you go for expensive things, at the end, the buyer will not come and ask you which type of vitamin did you use. What he wants is
the chicken.
the chicken. So I always go for what is cheap.
Okay.
And I've been using Vita Poultry vitamin. A sacket is at 8,000. Okay. And for 300 birds, I've been using 3 sackets. That is 24,000. I've been using also glucose. Glucose is the first that you put in water in the brooding, more especially the first 3 days when you have brought the birds. Glucose is 5,000. I've been using 2 sackets. That is 10,000. Yes. Then disinfectant also, there are very many types in the market, but I've been using what we call biosafety disinfectant, and a liter is at 12,000. So I've been using 1 liter in the season, and it can make me go through. That is 12,000 of disinfectant. Okay. Then you have to budget on vaccination of the birds. It is very important that you put it already in your budget, because there are things that you need. And vaccination for 300 birds, you will vaccinate 3 times. That is Newcastle. Then you go for Gomboro. Then the last one again in Newcastle. So each time you go for the vaccination, that is 10,000. Yes. So 10,000 times 3 would be 30,000. Yeah. I think those are the materials that we really need for starting. If you have it already, you will now start budgeting for feeds. It is very important that you budget for feeds even before bringing the birds. Yeah. And this is what you need for the 300 birds to feed it throughout until the time of selling. You will need 50 kilos of pellet and 50 kilos of pellet, depending on which type, but it ranges between 145 to 150. But what I can recommend is you put at least 150 for pellet, that is 50 kilograms. Then you have to budget for maize. Maize, it depends on the season. Sometimes the price is low, sometimes the price is high. But as I give you this budget, I'm giving you according to what is current in this season. Maize, a kilo of broken, when it is already broken, is at 1,400. So if you need 300 kilos of broken maize, you have to multiply 300 times 1,400, which will give you 420,000. Then you need 3 bags of concentrate. And for me, I've been using Kafika or KBC concentrate, and each bag is at 215,000. But if you buy it from the wholesale, it may be lower. But from these other people who also buy and they sell, it is at 215. And times 3, it will be 645,000. The 3 bags of 50 kilos each. Yes. Then I last time told you that I use bran. Currently, bran a kilo is at 700, and you need 100 kilos. That would mean 100 times 700 would be 70,000. Then you need 50 kilos of soya, which is at 130,000 Uganda shilling. You need babanite. Last time I told you babanite helps in the dropping of the birds. It will not be smelling and it will not be dilute or watery. So babanite, you need 5 sacket, and each sacket is 5,000. So that would be 25,000. You need charcoal. Remember there where we were telling you among the materials, you need charcoal for brooding, for the heat. And a bag of charcoal is at 85 to 120. But 85 now, it is when it is not all that full. It is not compact well. But if it is a compact one and it is a good season where charcoal is there, a bag of 85 can take you through the brooding. But if not, you may need like 1.5 bag for brooding. But I've put the budget at 1 bag being at 85,000. You need the coffee hash for powering down, but I use wood shaving, and I've been using 6 bags for the 300 birds, and each bag is at 3,000. So times 6, that would be 18,000. There are other things that you have to consider, like light. I told you during the brooding, because this is something that you are putting in and you have to have proper accountability. I also put yaka, all electricity for the chicken for lighting, and I've been using 15,000 for that 1 month or 5 weeks. And there are other things that I've not put the budget or the figure, but they are necessary in this requirement that you need for the brooding or for the poultry, like water. The birds take water, and it's one of the things that makes them grow very fast. And it has to be a clean source of water. You don't have tap water, borehole, or rainwater. Yes. So I've not put the price because I cannot really say this is the amount I've been using in water. But between 15 to 20,000 can cater for the water for the birds. You have to have newspaper during the brooding time. You put newspaper on those coffee hash, because the chicks are really still young and they are just from the hatchery. They have to be in a clean and soft place. So this newspaper you always buy, and depend, sometimes if you are a person that you have a home that you get newspaper every day, it can be now something that you put in the project. I've not put the amount, but you need that newspaper at least for the first week, when you keep on putting and changing, so that the place is clean. I use liquid soap for cleaning my drinkers. So a bottle of liquid soap at 1,000 can make me go through the 5 weeks. Then there are things that I've also not put, like transport. It now will depend. Remember, we have talked about buying those material, drinkers, feeders, disinfectant, and all those things, plus the feeds. It depends. If you have money, you can use less transport if you go and shop at once. You know, I've gone today, I'm going to buy all this material. You come with them at once, and the transport will be reduced. So it is necessary that you budget for transport, which I've not put the figure. Depending on the means of transport you have, it may be cheaper. So I always prefer, if I have my money already, I buy these things at once and I bring them at once. Transport will cater for feeds, will cater for those materials, vaccination, and others. Also, one thing that you have to consider is airtime. Sometimes you need to consult the vet doctor, you have to call these buyers, so you need to budget for airtime, which all must be in your calculation, so that at the end you know how much you have really got from this or spent. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that is generally the budget of starting a poultry. And when you are going to bring 300 birds. Yes, I think
You've not told us the price of the 300 baht.
yeah, the price of the 300 birds. After you have bought all those things now, you will have to go and get the birds. Because you have your structure, you have all the materials, you have bought the feeds, all. Now the only thing is the birds. And by the time you are buying now, you have made your mind of starting the poultry. It is good that you book early. Now, by the time you are buying the food, because the food you buy, it should not take too long in the house when you have not used it. So if you have the structure, you have bought all these materials that you know they are going to be there, they don't expire. Like bucket, drinkers, feeders, there are things that can take what? Once you buy, you know they are not getting expired. So you can now book the birds. Sometime where we get the birds, it will take 2 to 3 weeks before they give you.
Okay.
By the time you are buying the feeds, the vitamins, the disinfectant, what, you are sure that on this date I'm getting the birds. I always buy in the last week. If I'm getting the birds on Friday, I buy these things on Wednesday.
Okay.
Yes, because it is not good for you to buy food and you stock it there when you are not sure when you are getting the birds.
Okay.
Yes, that is one thing that I really recommend.
Okay.
So the price of birds also depend where you are getting the birds from. Yeah, there are people who are, some are expensive. Of course, you know, people who are expensive, their products are always better. There are others who are at 3,300. There are others who are at 3,000. But basically, where I get my birds, I get it at 2,900.
Okay.
So 2,900 times 300 birds, it would be 870.
Okay.
That is for 300 birds that we are going to bring. Yes.
Okay. So if you sum up everything, it brings us to how much?
When you sum up everything, all that I've been talking about, the feeders, the drinkers, the feeds, the chicks, the total is 2,352,000.
Okay.
Yeah, but roughly, because we have not included transport, for you to start the 300 birds, with 300 birds, you should at least have 3 million.
Okay.
3 million can help you. Remember, sometimes price of food may even be low, but in case it go high, it cannot go to 3.5, even if the price of food is high. Yeah, so between 3 million and 3.5, depending on what is there in the market. Sometimes food go high, concentrate go high, but with 3 million, 3.5, you can start a project of broilers with 300 birds.
Okay.
remember, you have the structure already, which we
So
have
you
not
have
given.
excluded the structure. You
Yeah,
have
we
not
have-
included the structure.
I've
then.
not included the structure.
Even the price of land you've not included.
Even the price of land I've not included.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm.
And some of these things, once you buy, they're already there. It will not go. The drinkers I started using in 2018, they are the drinkers I'm using up to now.
Okay.
The feeders I started using in 2018, some of them are the ones which are there. Others maybe got broken, but the replacement is now just being made, but I bought them at once.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically, there are some of these things you will buy them once.
You will buy them once.
Yes.
Yes.
But the things like the feeds, the chicken, that is when you have to.
Those are the things
coffee
that
ask.
those are the things that you will now start buying each time you plan to bring.
Okay.
But there are things that are permanent, and you can use them so long as you keep well, even for 10 to 15 years when you are not buying
Okay.
them. Yes.
So basically, we need 3 million roughly
3 million
to start up our 300 broiler.
Yeah, to start about 300 broilers.
Okay. Wow.
Well, our viewers, thank you so much. I think I've given you the detail of what you need for really to start the broilers, and when you are starting with 300 birds. You just need to be determined to start this business. And when you are determined, there's nothing that can fail you. And I really encourage you that you do this business. To all the women outside there, to the youth, to the men, this is a business that doesn't make you take the whole day. You can spend 2 to 3 hours in a day so long as you are budgeted well. So it is something that you will have a profit out of it. I really encourage you that engage yourself in broiler poultry. Thank you so much. May God bless all of you.
Amen. I think we have all heard from her. So anyone out there who may also want to start up broilers, please. The business brings in capital, like brings in profit so quickly, like it is quick money, as she has said it. So please, anyone can do it. You can do it even at home, at the backyard of your house. So please, I want to also encourage everyone that broiler farming is it's also a profitable venture. So in our next episode, please, we shall be bringing for you all the details of the profits you can make from this broiler farming. So please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click on the notification bell so that you never miss out any upload. Share this video. Comment in the comment section down below. Give us your opinion, please. Let us share all our experiences in this project, and I'll be so grateful. Tell me which country you're watching us from, and I'll be so grateful. Thank you so much. I hope you have learned something from this episode. See you next time. Bye bye.